Well, it looks like Black Adam test screened last night and there are reactions pouring in. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. First, we're going to talk about Black Adam, and then Henry Cavill as Superman. Alright, let's talk about Black Adam. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam is due out next year, and they've already done filming, they're in post-production, so it seems highly likely that they'll probably get some test screenings. And that test screening happened last night. Viewer and an insider in the industry said Black Adam tested last night and reaction seems to have been quite positive. Black Adam Update says early reactions have come from the Black Adam test screening. The action is a highlight, even with unfinished effects. Noah Centinel's Atom Smasher will surprise audiences. It's very JSA centric. Now, it's unsurprising that they talked about the action being the highlight because Daniel RPK has said before that the action is very much like Avengers Infinity War, Man of Steel, got some Dragon Ball Z in there. Yes, it sounds pretty damn epic. Now, we've always talked about it being a Black Adam movie, but they hardly talk about the JSA at all. You know, bits here and there, but we haven't really seen their costumes yet. But it looks like the JSA is going to be more pivotal and maybe even the protagonist of this story, even though it's called Black Adam. In fact, it sounds like they're really going with the JSA versus Black Adam type of movie rather than just a Black Adam origin film. And that makes a lot of sense because the director said this a few days ago. Black Adam director Jaume Colette Serra on the JSA versus Black Adam. That chemistry and coming together to try to defeat someone who's undefeatable like Black Adam creates a lot of interesting situations without having the pressure to carry the whole movie via total film. So to me, that just means that we're going through the Black Adam story through the perspective of the Justice Society, not necessarily through Black Adam. And I guess that's where the analogy with Avengers Infinity War came from. Because honestly, Avengers Infinity War was a Thanos movie, but the perspective was through the eyes of the Avengers. Insider Moonlight Warrior also said this: even with many unfinished effects, the big takeaway from the screening was the action. We could be talking about some of the best action ever put to any comic book movie. If it's as big as they're talking it's big, it could be the most epic DCEU film since, Zack Snyder's Justice League. But Grace Randolph revealed something very interesting that was rumored before. She posted a picture of the Intergang, hashtag DCEU. Now, the Intergang is an organized crime group armed with technology supplied by the New Gods, which means they're very connected to Apocalypse, which confirms the rumors from before that the Intergang will show up. But that connection with Apocalypse is interesting, with New Gods, with Darkseid. Would it connect to New Gods, a New Gods, or Zack Snyder's Justice League? New God. Insider Casey Walsh also said this: going to be really curious to see people's reactions to Black Adam and the character changes they've made. New origin, different motivations, Hawkman a goofball, but still sounds very exciting to me and could be a good action flick. Goofball? Hawkman? It was a little over 2 hours. The person I talked to said it still feels lacking something. So it sounds like it's not totally positive, but then again, it's still unfinished. So maybe that's what's lacking. Because it's unfinished, you can tell it's unfinished. And so it's lacking that something. But it's good to hear that it's overly positive and the action is awesome. And, despite some character things like Goofball Hawkman, it sounds like a pretty epic movie. The one thing I want to know is, anybody spot Superman? When Fan Lucas asks, Superman isn't in it, right? Casey Walsh says, not this cut, no. And since that cut is under 2 hours, maybe there's a lot of room to add more stuff in it. And that's just the first cut, unfinished. So there's definitely some things they can work around with. There's still some time to film Henry Cavill, if he hasn't been filmed already. I don't know. But this current version, that test screen last night, did not have Superman in it. Alright, let's talk about Henry Cavill's Superman. Now, Henry Cavill has been making the rounds because of The Witcher. And some of the questions they asked him were about Superman. Whether his ideas on red trunks or being the Christopher Reeve outfits, he has a lot of funny moments during these interviews. But he did talk to Collider a little bit more about Superman. Henry Cavill tells us all about his motivation for wanting to continue playing Superman. It is personal to a degree. I felt like Man of Steel was a wonderful opening story, an origin story to Superman. It felt a lot of space for him to grow beyond that and become the hero that we recognize. Batman v Superman took a hard turn down a darker route, and it was a Batman perspective story, and so it didn't really show the aspects of Superman which I was very, very keen to show. Justice League Snyder Cut definitely lent into that a bit more. I had a bit more of a gentleness to the tone of the thing, but I would love to have the opportunity to play the Superman that we all know and love from the comics, as a continuation of his development and we see the hero. That would be really, really exciting for me because there is an opportunity to tell a lot of interesting story there. It's just about finding the right hooks to have a character that is as good and idealistic as Superman. That there are wonderful opportunities to delve into what it's like to exist as him and those hardships that come with that. When you have to save everyone, how hard is that on you? That could be an interesting line to run. And that sounds like more than anything that he wants a Superman-centric story, not wanting to be shared with a Batman, or even with Wonder Woman, or the Justice League. I think he likes the aspects of those movies, but essentially he wants a Man of Steel 2, a Man of Steel with just him in it. But Henry Cavill shared a little bit more info about wanting to play Superman again with Kevin McCarthy.
Just wanted to ask you real fast, Snyder Cut, I love the movie. What was your reaction to it? And can we have a future for Superman? Because you're the best Superman of all time, man. You are the greatest ever to play the character.
Justice League, Snyder Cut. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful way of Zack getting his version of the story out, and important to do too. And I thought there was a wonderful tenderness to the movie, which existed, and that I think was essential for the representation of Superman. And the last piece, I would love to play Superman again. It all depends. There's so many moving parts to that it's not just down to my desire, it's down to a lot of things.
It's great to see he really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League and actually saw the wonderful tenderness to it. And of course, clearly shows he wants back in as Superman. So hopefully, Discovery, Warner Brothers, whoever is listening, and gets him back a role in his very own solo Superman sequel.